Whoopa! Hey everyone, welcome to the review. Here's my review for My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2. Yes, in the early 2000s we had a romantic comedy that came out and it was called My Big Fat Greek Wedding. And honestly, it was a smash hit. It was a romantic comedy that both females, males, and a lot of people from different age groups all loved. And honestly, personally, I think My Big Fat Greek Wedding is a really great movie. It's a great romantic comedy with some great romance, some great comedy, some great drama, and very interesting, very likable characters. It's quirky, it's weird, it's interesting, very well written, and I really liked it. Great movie to watch, especially with your family. So when I heard they were making a sequel to My Big Fat Greek Wedding, I was a little confused. I'm like, why do you need a sequel? That movie's perfect on its own as a standalone film. You don't need to make a sequel to My Big Fat Greek Wedding. But of course, lo and behold, they made a sequel to My Big Fat Greek Wedding, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2, and honestly, this movie is not needed. We didn't need a sequel to My Big Fat Greek Wedding. It's good on its own, and why did we need a sequel to this? I actually didn't want to see this movie, but I saw Batman v Superman, and I had time to kill after the movie, so I went to go see a second movie, and I just chose this because, I don't know, I just chose it, and I regret it because I really didn't like this movie. This movie wasn't, like, god-awful, but it's not good at all. All the heart and quirkiness and funny scenes of the first one almost get ruined by this one. I will admit, there are a few scenes in this movie that made me chuckle. There's some scenes that got a little bit of a laugh out of me, but this movie is not needed. These characters, I love seeing these characters again because I love these characters from the first one, like Gus, Tula, Nikki, the husband and stuff, the mother. There's some really fun characters in that movie, and I like seeing them again, but it wasn't needed. It was pointless. The whole time I was watching this movie, I was just thinking to myself, why am I watching this? Why is any of this relevant? Like, none of this is needed. It's a pointless movie. And all in all, it's not that funny. Like, yes, there were some scenes that got a laugh out of me, but all in all, throughout the whole hour and 40 minutes of the movie, it's not that funny. It's pretty dull. It's pretty derivative at times, and the charm and spark of the first one is not at all in this one. But this one is directed by a different director, so obviously it doesn't have the same comedy and the same heart as the first one. And yeah, it wasn't entertaining. Like, maybe some people who are diehard fans of the first one and they want to see all their characters back and interacting again, maybe those kind of people will like this movie. But honestly, see me, I like the first one, but I knew they shouldn't have made a sequel to it. And like, I like the first one, and that's it. I hear they're bringing back these characters. Yes, I like seeing these characters again. Yes, this movie made me chuckle a few times, but this movie is pointless and irrelevant. And there's no spark and charm and heart like the first one. And honestly, when I was watching this movie, I was kind of counting down the time. I was kind of waiting for it to end because it just didn't have the effect on me like the first one did. The first one had the good comedy, the good romance, the good quirky Greek family, you know, whoopa! And their ideals about being Greek. It's just so funny. It's fun watching the first one with this family, this girl Tula, falling in love with a man who isn't Greek, and then they have to make him Greek and stuff, and combining these families. One's a boring family, one's a Greek family who likes to, you know, dance and sing and stuff. This one is just, you know, them years later dealing with other problems that are not as interesting and not as funny, not as dramatic, not as entertaining as the first movie's problems. This movie is just pointless. That's what this movie is. It's pointless. Sure, you'll chuckle a few times, and yes, you'll love seeing these characters again, but when this movie ends, you'll feel how I feel. You'll feel like this movie just didn't need to be made, and it's just pointless. This entire movie is pointless. My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 didn't need to be made, and honestly, I'm probably gonna forget this movie in a few months. It's very forgettable, it's pretty generic, and it's just not needed. So yeah, scale of 1 to 10, I'll give the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 a 4 out of 10. So yeah, don't see this one. Yeah, even if you're a fan of the first one, don't see it. It's not that good. So yeah, that was my review of the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, what is the most pointless movie sequel? Not the worst movie sequel, but the most pointless movie sequel. Comment below, let me know. For me, the most pointless movie sequel, Blues Brothers 2000. That's a pretty pointless movie sequel. But what do you think is the most pointless movie sequel? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.